welcome back, and we're getting ready to move into our final segment for today, as we're going to be talking about manatee conservation. We have with us at this time Jamal Galvez, who's the program coordinator and research biologist, and we have also child advocate, and also featured in the newest PSA out of the Sea to Shore Alliance, Bles'Id Stanford. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Okay, so Jamal, you have company now. This time, instead of Manatee boy, we have Manatee girl.
Yes, I have a young advocate with me, and it's just to show that it doesn't matter the age, you can be a part of this effort. You can play a meaningful role in helping Belize environment and helping us moving forward.
Yeah.
Let's start from the very beginning here, Jamal. I've always been fascinated with your love for manatee and manatee conservation. How did this drive and how did this fire begin burning in you?
From a young age, grew up in Girls Point, Manatee, where there's always manatees, and I just thought they were manatees. Never thought there's a possibility that they would become extinct or could come extinct. And I started volunteering, a little older than she is, but I started to find a passion for it and wanting to do good and wanting to be a part of something that is Belize. And I saw this animal was being killed off and nobody was doing anything about it as much, and I just wanted to be a part of it. But like I said, I was molded by really good people. Nicola Will, James Buddy Powell, Kevin Andreen. These are the guys that taught me what I know today, and I picked it up and I just felt like something needed to be done about it.
And Bles'Id, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you start to talk about protecting the manatees?
Because I love manatees. And I think they are really good.
Why do you love manatees?
Because people dash garbage in the water, and I just think they should stop hurting the manatees.
Yeah. Have you seen the manatees? They took you to see the manatees? Not yet? You only see them on TV? And you still love them? Okay, there you go. That's a treat, Jamal. You have to take her to to see the manatees. Now, one of the issues that you continuously face, and in fact I know you had quite a number of dead manatees found over this weekend alone, is looking at the behavior of mariners that use the riverways. While you have been on this show, on many shows, conducted many trainings about why people need to slow down in the no-wake zone, you still haven't been able to see the type of behavioral change that you want. Let's just talk about what you're doing to try to reinforce this message.
Correct. In 2015, we had 44 dead manatees, which is the highest ever recorded. But in 2016, we had just 23. We had a great support from World Wildlife Fund and many different corporate organizations locally. And we were able to carry out no-wake tour guide workshops from San Pedro to Placencia area. Mass turnout of tour guides. We put in new signage, we marked the new buoys, and all of that was in play. And people were complying with the new methods that we put in place. And then the hurricane came, and then it washed all the signs, all the boat channels, and everything gone. And you'd think that people know these are the guys that are using this river every day.
Yeah.
Despite the sign not be present, it's kind of like an excuse for them to just go fast. And with that gone, now we're seeing the results of it. People speeding in the boats, in the water, and manatees being washed up daily.
Yeah. And the main cause of death for the dead manatees you find are accidents?
Majority are from watercraft collision within the Belize remote area. But I must say I have help now. We have a group of people that have formed this group called Belize River Warriors. And they're going to be out there, so I'm telling boaters, be alert. So when you get called out and put in social media, don't complain, because you're getting enough notice that these people are tired of seeing manatees washed up, tired of hearing it in the news, tired of, and they wanted to be a part of it. So most of them ladies are coming out and doing something about it, taking a stand.
When you look at
River Warriors?
When you look at this weekend, for instance, where there was an increase in boating activity because it's a long weekend and people are traveling upriver or people are going to the islands and what have you. What could have been done in terms of either raising the awareness or providing some kind of warning that, you know what, yes, it's going to be an active weekend, but we need you to be able to move responsibly in terms of your boating activities and what have you.
Correct. Majority of these areas are known by boat captains. They're marked with signs. We're reintroducing the signs. We're going to replace all the signs that have gotten lost in the hurricane in the next couple of months. And it's just a matter of being alert, looking out for these animals, giving them a chance to move out of the way, and stay away from shallow areas, shallow water areas. Manatees hang out in shallow water areas, and if you're speeding in these areas, they can't really get away from the boats. So it's just a matter of having a bit of conscience and consideration to just give them a chance to move.
Now let's talk once again about why it's important to protect this particular population. And I want to start off with just getting an idea of whether or not there's been any growth in the population in Belize.
I wouldn't lean on saying growth, but I think that we may have actually lost some leverage in terms of the efforts that have been put in over the years. With the increase in watercraft collision that we've been seeing, it's a definite need for concern in terms of the amount that we are seeing throughout a short time span. Belize we're estimated to have about 1,000, and if the population continues to decrease in the amount of numbers that we're seeing, there's definitely a need for concern, and something has to be done sooner rather than later.
And this 1,000 or so manatees within Belize is one of the largest populations of this species of manatees.
It is the largest population of this species in the world.
Yeah.
So the concern is it's of high concern not only for Belize but for other places that has manatee as well.
That being said, talk to us about the campaign that you guys are embarking upon.
Our awareness effort will increase. We're working with the Port Authority to try and get some enforcement in the river, because we can't just have signs and have rules and no enforcement. That's a crucial part of it. Working with BTB as well, since they work along with the tourism sector, to see how we can synthesize these guys, and perhaps they can come up with some sort of penalty for people that are not complying with the regulations.
Yeah.
And this advert that we're showing, we're hoping to get into social media and all over the place so they can see it, and has a lot of information on what's happening and what they can do, and to be a part of the effort.
Now, in addition to being able to tell people not to speed within the no-wake zones, it's a very interesting situation, because now we've seen where manatees have become a part of the tourist attraction now.
Right.
So obviously this link with BTB is one that is well timed.
Right.
What has been the response from BTB in terms of showing their support?
They have been stepping up. They have been stepping up, doing their fair share. I know that they understand the importance of manatees to that sector, and Belize, with tourism being one of the leading sector in our country, it's something that we want to put in place to ensure that it is there for a long time. We don't want to jeopardize the one only thing that is happening for us at this moment, and they have been very supportive and pulling their weight in that aspect.
And do you have, as you pointed out, you also do some research. Do you have any support in being able to find out more about the population of manatees in Belize? We know that their reproduction rate is extremely slow, which is part of the reason why it's so important for us to protect it, right?
We've been using drones to fly over to count numbers in different areas. Specifically, we've seen high numbers of manatees at the river mouth area, where they have to go to get fresh water. Yeah. And it's sad because it's an area that's heavily trafficked, and it's the area that they get killed most of the times. But it's an area that they have to go. It's not because they just want to go there. They need to go there to get fresh water, and we do a yearly survey as well. We fly an aircraft countrywide to count how many manatees we have, and the population hasn't seemed to be increasing in any.
So we know that Dangriga River mouth, the Belize City River mouth are two areas that you see high population.
And Placencia, and the Placencia Lagoon area has the second most manatees in the country.
Okay. How do you, what would be your advice to people who are using the riverways to know when there's a manatee in the area?
Most of the areas where manatees hang out are known. They are known manatee hotspots, and usually they're marked. We haven't replaced the signs of it, but they will be replaced. And looking out for stuff like boils in the water, mud prints, or a snow coming up to the surface. But if you're going at full blast in the river, you won't be able to see that.
Yeah, you're just flying past.
The entire river is no wake zone, of course, but has some sort of consideration. We don't expect you to go at full blast in the river. It doesn't only endanger manatees, but it endangered passengers, and you
Yeah.
can hit a log or hit something and cause serious damages to yourself and your passengers. So you ask people when you're on the river specifically, please be cautious. These rivers are narrow paths.
Yeah.
There's not much space until they get away from the boats.
Yeah. Now, your education efforts, as we were speaking about before, include working with those who are going to use the rivers. And then you have young advocates like Bles'Id with you. What has been the response from the wider public, the children, the families, the people you reach out to be able to support your call for protection of the manatees?
I get messages all the time from all over the place. People messaging me, asking me, how can I be a part? What do we need to do? Who do we need to write letters to? How can I come out and be a part? So I've been very, very supportive in terms of local people, in terms of corporate citizens. Like for instance, Atlantic Insurance, UNO has been a very big contributor in terms of providing fuel for us to be on the water on a daily basis, to monitor the manatees and to be out there present. Tropic Air, even though they fly planes, they don't drive boats. They have been concerned with manatees being killed in the river. They have put their money where their mouth is and donated it to a sign, to get a sign replaced. And many different aspects. Like Crystal continues to do so as well. Nav Design, I can go on and on with the support that I've been getting, and it is very much needed. This support goes a long way, and we're looking for more individual participation, more people to come out and be a part of it, but the interest has been very high.
Yeah. And Bles'Id, what do you tell people about protecting the manatees? Why should we protect them?
Because they are very good animals, and I think that a lot of them been killed, and if a lot of them been killed, we won't have any more left.
That is so true. Now, I know you got a chance to be in the commercial, right? Talking about protecting manatees. What was that like for you?
Good.
Good. All right, we're going to take a look at the latest PSA coming out. And we're actually going to be joined by a very special guest when we come back from that video. So let's go ahead. This is the latest public service announcement about manatee conservation. So let's check that out.
Belize has the highest population of the Antillean manatee in the world, and we'd like to keep it that way.
The Sea to Shore Alliance and our partners have been fighting to protect our environment and these endangered manatees.
Each year, however, their death rate continues to increase rapidly due to watercraft collision, destruction of coastal habitat, entanglement in fishing gears, garbage pollution, and poaching. Yes, poaching.
These animals are in dire trouble and they need our help.
It's our responsibility as Belizeans to protect what belongs to us.
In order to create a safe environment and future for our aquatic friends, we must act now.
Respecting no-wake zones and manatee habitat is important.
Practice sustainable fishing methods and properly discard damaged fishing gear.
People throw garbage everywhere, except in the garbage can.
Garbage stops here.
When we safeguard important habitats such as mangroves, seagrass beds, the barrier reef, and our marine lives, we are safeguarding our livelihoods.
I want you to look after my future. What about me?
When I grow up, I want to see manatees.
We are asking for your support, and we thank you for recognizing the importance of manatees and their habitats.
Thank you for caring.
Big thank you from our aquatic friends.
I am a humanitarian.
I am a humanitarian.
We are humanitarians.
Protect. Protect. We protect.
We should protect our manatees.
We must protect them. Protect what belongs to us.
Protect ours.
Protect your manatees, Belize.
That is so cute, and welcome back. Of course, there you saw the latest public service announcement. And Bles'Id, we saw you there, but you looked a little bit different, right? What was different in that commercial?
You had your teeth.
The tooth fairy didn't go with your front teeth as yet, right? Oh.
This one came out this week.
Oh, this week.
Yes.
So you had a visit from the tooth fairy? Oh, look at that smile. Now, I said that we would have a special guest with us, and did you turn around and see who's here?
Yes.
It's Crystal. Now, speaking of your improved campaign or your enhanced campaign, Jamal, you've added a mascot to your lineup.
Yes, with the support that we have gotten from World Wildlife Fund locally, Ms. Buddha and the crew there, we were able to do many other things, including getting new brochures, new posters, new new advert.
Yeah.
And Oceana was a great part of this as well. Alex does great work. I've enjoyed working with Alex. As you see the finished product, and the support continues from World Wildlife Fund and from other donors, like I mentioned, locally as well.
That's nice.
And what do you hope that Crystal will add to your education campaign? Crystal, why don't you do a little spin for us if you can? All right, it's really a waddle. That's what it is.
So Manatee waddle.
A Manatee waddle.
We've took Crystal out this weekend at the La Rita Maya, and it was quite funny because the kids are. Everybody want to take the picture with Crystal, and so it kind of brings that togetherness.
Yes.
You want people to acknowledge it, to recognize it, to want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
It's funny because the kids will go next to Crystal and then they hear it speak and then they go like,
"Whoa,
what?"
I didn't know that.
then they don't want it to touch him anymore. Don't touch me, don't touch me. And there's this one little kid that just wanted to fight this Manatee. It's small little kid, so she was doing it. But it brings a different view to people. People see it and they want to come over. It draws attention, and I want people to gravitate to it. I want Belizeans to acknowledge it, to recognize that it's a part of our heritage, a part of our culture, a part of our way of life, and to support this guy. I mean, so he can be around for a long time. You know?
And I love that Crystal is always smiling as well.
Perpetual smile, right?
Crystal, you should give Crystal a hug. Let me see. Oh, there you go. So, of course, the final message once again, Jamal, and how people can join in on this cause. Let's have that as your close.
An important part of it is be a steward, be a watcher for these species. If you're on the river mouth, if you're anywhere where manatees are, and you see people practicing bad behavior, speeding in no-wake zones, take your phone out, take a picture, take a video, so we can put it out there so we have evidence to present to the Port Authority. That's when they can take action with the sufficient evidence.
Okay.
Share a post on Facebook, share this video so more people can see it, get in the conversation. Come out to our cleanups. We had cleanups during the La Rita Maya to ensure that garbage didn't enter the waterways, because we don't want to destroy the environment. We don't want garbage in our waterways as well. So just be a part of the conversation, be alert, follow us on Facebook. All our stuff are on there. You can see how you can be a part through Facebook as well.
All right, and the kids can get involved as well.
Even
obviously.
the kids.
Fantastic.
Young ones and the old ones.
Nice.
Well, thank you, Jamal. Thank you, Bles'Id. And thank you, Crystal, for joining us this morning. We wish you the best of luck. And of course, we hope that people are listening to the message that you're putting out, right?
Thank you guys for having us and for always promoting.
You're welcome.
I love manatees.
I love manatees too. And we're going to go see the manatees, right? All right. Well, we met Crystal. Crystal is the first step. But we got to go ahead and wrap up this segment. We're going to go ahead and take a break. And when we come back, we'll have our wrap up. So stay tuned.